The Erasmus Bridge is a Rotterdam landmark. The bridge and the city stand for modern architecture and new ideas. City guide Clint van der Hart offers sightseeing tours by bike in the Dutch city. First stop is the City Hall, completed in 1920.
City Hall survived the Second World War fire bombings. But most buildings, the biggest part of the center of Rotterdam didn't survive it. So what you see in Rotterdam in the center is a lot of modern post-war buildings.
And many of them were designed by illustrious architects. For example, Piet Blom created these rather experimental cubic houses in 1984.
Of course, it's one big wet dream for all architects and city builders because they could just design what they want. So there's a lot of, there was and there still is actually a lot of space in Rotterdam for architecture.
The Kunsthal exhibition hall from 1992 was designed by the star architect and Rotterdam local Rem Koolhaas. It's hosting a large interactive show on the Tour de France. And visitors who come to see bikes get more than they bargained for.
Although people sometimes complain they can't find the way in the building, it's how it's meant. Because when you visit, you come here for the Tour de France exhibition, you pay one ticket and maybe you get lost a little bit, but then you are confronted, for instance, with the painting of Jeroen Hermkens, never heard of, but then you just make discoveries.
The curator says putting on an exhibition based on a bike race is something of an experiment. Usually the museum shows works of the masters or new talent.
Design is a very important aspect of the city. We are very proud of different galleries presenting design. Yeah, it's a very lively, artistic city, you could say.
This shop sells creations by more than 80 interesting designers. The pieces embody two principles: rethink and recycle. New products refashioned from old ones.
So as from 1945 we started to reconstruct the city, and somehow we never can stop with it and end with it. So it goes on and everything is moving. Yeah, and I'm part of it. That's I think the Rotterdam way of living.
Clint van der Hart says the coolest street in town is the Witte de Witstraat, crammed with design stores, galleries and bars. It epitomizes the dynamism and creativity of Rotterdam.
There's a lot of space in the city for artists, for creative people to develop themselves. A lot of possibilities for those people as well.
Last stop, the Old Harbour, where you can admire Europe's first skyscraper. The White House, built in 1898. This is also a great neighbourhood to visit. Our guide says Rotterdam does not wear its beauty on its sleeve.
And in Rotterdam you have to try a little harder. It's like someone you love, but you have to try to find his or her attention. That's the same in Rotterdam, I think. If you look good, you see the beauty. You see the big views and the spaciousness of the water.
Rotterdam is constantly reinventing itself and always surprising visitors with something new and interesting.